Yo, appreciate your time and just know that I'm SK CryptoK, and today you should join my crypto club. Maybe by the end earn some dividends, so in advance I'ma thank you right now for that sub. Hey! Yo, let's go.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is SK CryptoK. And before I get started, allow me to preface everything by saying that I am not a financial advisor, and these are for entertainment and informational purposes only. So folks, thank you for tuning in. Today we are going to have an AMA with a project that's been around since I think October of 2023. They go by the name of Earn, and I have the founders on that I'll bring on in just a second. But this is an interesting project to keep on your radar, just because it's not only multi-chain, but it is housed on Ethereum. It is a reflection token, but then there's some variances with the other side of the tokens on different chains, and maybe we'll get into some other future partnerships as well. But you know, don't let me just blow everything here. I'm going to go ahead and bring onto the stage the founder right here. Hello, mic check.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. So we've got Earned, Michael, and Nadina.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, welcome. If you don't mind, maybe just do a short little introduction on who you guys are.
Yeah, so as you can see on the screen, my name is Michael, and this is Nadina. We're the co-founders of the Earn protocol. You're right, we did launch actually quite a while ago, I guess in crypto terms, October of last year, October 10th to be exact. We launched originally on Ethereum, but Earn is a multi-chain protocol. So you could buy Earn on several other blockchains, which we'll go into later. But at its core, Earn is being built off of the Ethereum blockchain. So if you want us to go back more into our backgrounds and stuff, we can talk about that too. Or
yeah, brief background. Yes.
Cool. So yeah, my background is in IT. I used to be an IT director out of Florida, and then I moved to Chicago and worked as an IT consultant, mainly focused on security for a while. Actually, I was dealing with like backups, disaster recovery, just overall IT infrastructure work. I was basically dealing with getting cryptocurrency for sometimes ransomware attacks that would take place at certain law firms, and you would need to unfortunately go get Bitcoin to do that. So just for a little bit, because I wanted to simply not have to travel to a kiosk and buy Bitcoin, as mentioned, I started getting involved in GPU mining. So from there, I went to actually start mining cryptocurrency with one GPU, which later turned into about like 500 GPUs, a substantial GPU mining farm. And yeah, that was my introduction into crypto. So, and it's been a wild ride since then. That was back in 2016. So it seems like a long time ago. I see people that have been in since like 2021 or 2010, but my background was originally in mining, which then moved into DeFi at around 2019, 2020.
That's the perfect time to get into DeFi as we know it, man. No, that's incredible, because I've only been on this journey since early 2021, and I jumped right into, DeFi as we know it. And wow, yeah, you were at the precipice of it all, right at the early stages. So very cool, deep background there. And yeah, how did you guys think of Earn? Is this technically your first project, or have there been multiple others throughout the years? What can you share?
Yeah, so Nadina actually is more of a background in the development side. So before we go into that, you can talk more about like your background in crypto.
Yeah, sorry for disappearing. I have a terrible cough that just doesn't.
Oh no, is it allergies? It's that time of year,
No,
yeah,
it's our baby being at daycare and bringing stuff home.
Oh God.
Exactly.
No,
so it might happen again. It's
just...
No. Well, I hope you feel better, but yeah, you're excused. Thank you.
Yeah. My background is actually also not crypto related. I actually have a PhD in computational sciences. I completed my PhD 2022. I think, yeah, that's already 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And in my last year of my PhD, I started to dive into crypto, mostly through Michael. He showed me first how to purchase a little bit of Ethereum. And then it just got more and more interested in all the technology behind it, because through my research that I did at the time, I did a lot of programming as well and was interested in how stuff works. That was why I did my PhD. It was a completely different field, but yeah, I started to reading code, started to teach myself Solidity and all that stuff. And yeah, I really liked all the ideas behind Web3, the permissionlessness, the decentralization, all that kind of things. And yeah, then we started our first project and kept just learning until now.
Yeah, lost a decent amount of money here and there too.
Yeah.
You know, that's the fun thing about DeFi. We're doing a lot on Ethereum initially because I kind of skipped a step with the GPU mining. I don't know if you're familiar, SK, with like the chip shortage with COVID. It made sense.
Oh yeah,
to liquidate the entire GPU farm, because the GPUs that I've been using to mine with for 3-4 years had become more expensive because of the chip shortage than what they were when I bought them. So we decided to liquidate and go bigger into DeFi. But through that, you know, you gain a lot of Wild West experience, essentially, with different protocols just completely disappearing, supply bar platforms. Learned a lot of stuff the hard way. Was part of a number of projects as like just a top holder for a while. Yeah, we got experience through that way. And at a certain point, we became more curious of actually, let's see if we can actually develop one of these ourselves. And we started diving in more into the coding side of it, or you mostly, into seeing actually how everything works, and like Solidity and Rust, and what are EVM chains, and what different blockchains are out there that actually code on, which there are many, and gained a lot of knowledge throughout that time period. So it's kind of a wild ride, you know, getting to where we're always still learning. You know, in the last, I would say 6 months to a year, I've, you know, built a decent amount of relationships in the space and learned a lot about new technology that, you know, every single day something new is, you know, out there and that exists, but also still trying to dodge those landmines. Like, for example, what happened on OpenLeverage recently, where they recently got exploited. You know, you got to be careful in the space, because even things that have been around for a little while, if there's some vulnerabilities you're not aware of, it's always good to be cautious of that. So stuff like that we've learned while being around in the crypto space for several years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's hard to always tell what kind of project is going to do that. Like I've been in some of the most well-intentioned projects, you know, founders that are so trustworthy, but yet things still just pop up and go wrong, and it sucks. It sucks, and especially sometimes when these projects are trusting another partnered project of some kind, and then something goes wrong with the partnered project, and it just brings the bad name over to you. It's the Wild West out there, like you said. But you know,
that's what happened with AnySwap and a bunch of the dexes that were connected to Phantom because of the exploit. I don't know exactly how many tokens were minted, but it was millions, and a lot of dexes had to do a post-mortem because they basically had to close up shop because the amount of money that was pulled off of them because of that protocol being compromised. I mean, this is not the exact same situation with FTX and BlockFi, but somewhat. You know, they had money there, and because of the bankruptcy that happened with Voyager, with Terra Luna, I mean, that affected a lot of other platforms that weren't able to really recover. You know, Terra Luna pretty much destroyed BlockFi and Voyager, and so even though they're not, you know, that they're not them because they're tied to them too much, it can damage the protocol. So it's always be careful, you know, learn to be very careful what you tie yourself to too much, because if one thing gets compromised and you're overly connected to it, then yeah, it can be pretty dangerous. But it's learning experiences in the space, essentially.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you know, I'll segue into one of the reasons why, you know, I wanted you guys to come up here too, is just because of watching y'all's moves. I know you and I share, or you both and I share the same MMKK group, and I've heard nothing but good things. I've seen how you guys move, and you guys are definitely authentic. you're hardworking, and you've got a lot of connections out there. And so this is just kind of in its infancy, what we're going to be talking about going forward. But yeah, it's really cool to connect with you guys. I'm glad you guys made time to come on the channel today, as we help to educate some people more about the protocol here. I think that was a pretty good introduction to who you guys are, some of your background, what you've seen. And just like everyone in DeFi, we've all experienced our own little rugs and losses, but that's why you guys are building your own thing. So you're in control, and you can you're not going to rug yourself. So it's going to be a good thing going forward.
Yeah.
Before we jump in more, just a couple quick shout outs into the community there. I see that Layla Music is here. She popped in to say, what'd they say? Hey, Mikey and Nadina. You got to hold the A right there. Okay. And CryptoK is here. Shout out to your brother, the man, the myth, the legend. We got all that. We've got Aaron L here saying, hey, guys, and stop. Still hoping to mint a queen soon. Maybe third time's a charm. So she's chatting with Layla there. We've got Arcade Crypto saying hi. Hello, back to you as well. Thank you for being here. And yeah, so anybody that has questions, feel free to just pop them in there. And if I can squeeze them in, I will, or we can hold them off to the end. That's okay. And then be sure to hit that like button and share it around. So even after this live is done, people can catch the replay, and they can drop questions inside the comment section, or they can go over to the Earn Telegram and ask away there. So anyway, and one more person, 1986 celebration. Hi, SK and the Oats. That's what they say. So, and Olo's here. What's up? What's up? Grand Rising. Thank you for supporting. Shout out to all the good people. So, all right, I'm going to bring up a little screen share here, and let me see if I can get this all balanced nicely. And I've got several tabs pulled up. I know you guys are on like 5 different chains. I've got them all pulled up. We're going to go every which way here. I'm going to try to keep it nice, concise, easy to understand. But here we are. This is buy, hold, earn, a very catchy slogan in my opinion too. And this is primarily with the earn token, or I think when you type in a deck screener, it says like hold.
It does, yeah. Deck screener says hold, so hold and earn, and like you said, very catchy. What it says is what it means. Just buy, hold, and earn. And so yeah, we'll go into why we chose the name and what the token is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe let's start with the foundational chain. So you guys chose Ethereum, as you said, and from the research I've done, I know that is the only chain where the reflection model actually applies to. So I want to be careful. I don't want to go out there and say like, oh yeah, earn token is a reflection token. But really, if someone's like really into Solana or Base, they're not really going to get reflections in the same sense. So it's kind of a very I'm not going to say it's a reflection token, but it is, but it isn't on every chain. What's the thinking behind all of that?
Yeah, so as you saw, Earn was launched actually on Ethereum. Earn is the primary liquidity where Earn was launched off of. That was October 10th of 2023. So the way the token is designed, it's simple and clean. It's a hyperdeflationary reflection token launched on ETH, but we'll talk about more why it's a hyperdeflationary token in a minute. But with the other chains that it's bridged or ported over to, those chains exist as a 0-0 tax environment with low gas fees. So the reason Earn is on ETH, but then also connected to these other blockchains with the exact same circulating supply, these are new token launches, it's the same supply. It's because we wanted the token to be just basically connected all together. So if you buy one Earn token on Solana, AVAX, Base, BNB, it's that same one token across all the different blockchains. So as I mentioned earlier, Earn is hyperdeflationary. As tokens are removed out of circulation from every single buy, sell, and transfer, which is very important, there are less tokens available in the entire circulating supply. So we designed this so that you have to transfer tokens to each blockchain if you want to take advantage of price arbitrage, which is inevitable. It's going to happen because AVAX, BNB, Solana, even on base, we're going to have that primarily USDC. These coins or tokens move at different prices. And as they move, the price on the different chains are going to fluctuate, which creates that arbitrage opportunity, which basically incentivizes people indefinitely to move tokens from the Ethereum chain to the other blockchains that are out there. And the big thing about Earn, it is a very long-term project and it's designed that way, is that we wanted to create a sustainable system that is moving by any means. And so when you put it on different chains and you use the exact same token and you have that reflection tax that's on there on every single buy, sell, and transfer, whenever someone moves their tokens to another chain to take advantage of arbitrage, maybe they won't do it at 20%, 50%, maybe 100%, they'll move over, but that movement is burning tokens out of circulation, because when we launched our token on Ethereum, it was a 1 billion total supply. And out of that 1 billion supply, half of it, 500 million, was sent to a burn address, also known as the dead wallet. And you can see as those tokens have been sitting there, the wallet has grown to almost 570 million tokens. So it's almost increased in size, 70 million tokens just for sitting there collecting those reflections. And those tokens are gone. You're not going to be able to recover those. That's the purpose of a dead wallet. And you can look at it as a dead wallet as kind of like this buyer that's always accumulating tokens on every single transaction. And so if you hang out in RTG, you'll randomly hear me say every time there's a buy, sell, or transfer, I say the floor is rising. And that's true, because every single time, anytime there's a transaction, that burn wallet's getting bigger, which is consistently or just basically indefinitely raising the floor of Earn. And it's not changeable. The contract's immutable, fully renounced. No one can stop it. The taxes for Earn, they're not going back to us. They're reflection only taxes back to everyone in the community. So everyone that buy, holds, earns.
I like it. I dig it. I dig it. And the fee that's collected on it is 2%, correct? On the ETH chain?
Yep.
2%. And all of that 2% literally just reflects to every holder, including the burn wallet.
Every holder. Yep.
Okay. No, really good. What's this second holder, the buy hold earn.eth?
Absolutely. So that is the wallet that collects, which will go into the minting fees for the NFT collections. We have our first NFT collection was the Flames, which was launched shortly after the protocol was launched. A collection of 1,000 NFTs, limited, that actually has different traits, colors based on each NFT. So you have Nova, red, yellow, blue, and then you have white. Now, this is a randomized gamified mint. So as you can see, there's currently 173 NFTs remaining. Last I checked, there's 3 Novas and 2 reds still remaining. As you can see, if you managed right now to mint a Nova, you would get 1.5 million Earn tokens sent to you after all the NFTs mint out, which indirectly correlates the price of the NFTs to the value of Earn. Because think about it like this, SK. Why would someone sell a red flame or Flameling NFT for less than 1 million Earn when the bounty is worth that alone, on top of everything else on it? So that essentially makes the price of a red flame very high as the price of Earn goes up. Because I think right now, like 1 million Earn tokens is roughly around $5,600, which would essentially mean that on secondary markets, it wouldn't make any logical sense to let go of a red flame for less than $5,600. And when Earn goes up to 10 cents, it wouldn't make any sense to let go of a red flame for less than $100,000, because 1 million times a dime is what that comes out to. And so our goal here is to make the NFTs very valuable and correlated to the changing price of Earn. And that's just the bounty rewards alone. there's a number of other things that we're doing with the NFTs in regards to a reflection share system. When you looked at that buy, hold, earn wallet that holds 113 million, that wallet is a holder. And remember, all holders receive reflections, which means that holder has accumulated, I think last time I checked today, about 3.2 million earn tokens. And so what's going to happen when the Flame NFT collection mints out, which I think is going to be the first one to mint out because of how many have been minted, all the NFT holders are going to get those reflections airdropped to them after they're mint out. And we're going to do that every single quarter, just airdropping those reflections out. So everyone that holds a Flame NFT, expect to get a airdrop of earn tokens to you proportionate to how many NFTs you hold and which trade color you hold to. We'll just basically just do a calculation based on the rarity, and then you'll just get more earn to you for holding an NFT. And that goes to all of them. It doesn't matter if you mint a white one, a blue one, a yellow one, a red one, or a Nova, they all get reflection share once they're finally minted out. So we've created this really, I think, cool, unique, gamified, delayed gamified gratification system where people can decide to mint these NFTs and they could wait, or they could sell them secondary market if they want to. That's happened a number of times too. We've seen some NFTs sell for half an ETH. We've seen some sell for a couple of ETH. And just to remind those that haven't been here since the beginning, we launched this collection at 100K earn per NFT. And when we launched this collection when we were at about a 50K market cap, which means the NFTs back then would only have cost you roughly about $10 worth of earn to mint.
Damn.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And so now if you want to mint one, it's about $560 worth of earn to mint. It makes you think a little bit more about if you want to hold your earn or if you want to mint an NFT. And remember, again, earn is hyperdeflationary. There's less earn tokens on every single transaction. There's going to be less tokens tomorrow than there are today. And that's not going to change indefinitely. And so some people wonder what happens when we get up to like $100 million market cap, $500 million market cap. What's the value of these NFTs? Will they ever mint out? And I talk to most folks in the community and I say, well, I see what you're saying. You're worried that if we get to 500 million, a billion, the NFTs are not going to be minted because no one's going to spend that much money on minting an NFT. They're just going to hold their tokens indefinitely. And it's like, well, that's interesting. I wonder if everyone in the community is going to hold their tokens indefinitely up until like 100 million, $1 billion market cap. Because I think everyone's going to have a point.
Definitely not. Yeah, you're going to have a cliff where at some point people just start cashing out. You're going to have some volatility. People want to get those profits. Yeah,
exactly. And then when they sell, someone else is going to buy, and they're going to have to make the same decision that the other person did. Do I hold to a higher price, or do I use these to mint out some NFTs? And the cycle just continues.
Yeah, and what I predict is just that so obviously the project like Earn, you have a lot of volatility. Even though we've had a really nice, steady, slow increase, still we have these spikes. I assume that the NFTs, mostly when you have a high price in Earn, let's say we have a run up and maybe we stay there for a little bit, then the NFTs are probably more traded in secondary markets. Yeah. While when the price plummets back down again, there is time to mint, because then you can actually take advantage of the lower price than probably most people list them for. So it's a nice kind of balance the secondary sells and also the minting itself.
We've actually found interesting that during these parabolic runs we've had, and we've had, I would say technically 3, because we had the one at launch, we had the one that happened that went to about 4 million for a second, and then we had our $11 million market cap parabolic run. Every single time we have one of these, the NFT minting rapidly increases.
That's true.
Yeah, how fast it is. And it's
That's
interesting,
also,
right?
Because then you shouldn't probably.
Yeah, it's backwards. It should be
but
minting
it's,
low.
I mean, also people buy when you have green candles, right?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. It's
FOMO.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. So I wanted to go back to the Flame real quick, and I see that there are 100,000 earn per Flame NFT, and there's 1,000 of them. So roughly 100 million earn tokens is what it will take to get it all. And
yeah,
oh,
some
go
good
ahead.
math there. Yeah.
Yeah, and what happens when so all of this 100 million when that hits, that is going to this holder wallet?
Correct.
The second
Yeah.
one? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm following. And then at the very end of the mint, when this the remaining 173 goes, what happens if you are one of these holders? Besides, like, okay, if you got a bounty, cool, you win some extra tokens. But then what is happening? Is there like a giant redistribution from this wallet back to the
Correct.
flame holders?
Yep, you can take the numbers based on that are there. So every single Nova that's out is going to get 1.5 million earn tokens, and it's going to come directly from the same wallet that it was sent to. So that wallet, there's two collections. There's two collections with 1,000 NFTs in them that are collecting earn on mints. So that means that when both collections finalize minting, and this is pretty wild, there's going to be 200 million earn tokens in that wallet. Currently, there's 113. And if you look at the V2 liquidity pool, basically saying how many tokens are remaining in the LP, I think last I checked, there's roughly around 18, maybe 18.5 million tokens sitting in the pool. But when you do the math, when you take 173 NFTs plus the number that's currently sitting with the Flamelings, you need roughly about 88 million tokens to mint out all the NFTs. And here I just said, you need 88 million tokens, but there's only 18 million sitting in the V2 liquidity pool. But the circulating supply has 430 million tokens currently in it. So there's plenty of tokens out there to mint out all the NFTs times like 3, something like maybe even 4, doing my math right. But that comes back to the same situation. People that hold the tokens are going to need to decide to either sell at some point or they need to mint, because it's not mathematically possible right now for someone to go and buy up all the tokens out of the V2 liquidity pool and try to mint them out, because they're only going to get 18 million and they need 88 to do so. So it's going to be very interesting, you know, how it runs, and see what price targets people decide to hold to.
Yeah, it might actually be a minute before this. Both so both sets of Flamelings and Flames both need to 100% mint out before the bounties are paid out and before this second holder wallet at 200 million or above redistributes back out to all those holders.
Correct.
Of both?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. So it's not like, okay, someone go buy up 173 of these and boom, this will just get its share. It's both. They both have to mint out.
No, it's one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just one. Oh, damn.
One, yeah,
okay.
Right. Not both. Yeah, one. Yeah. Technically, right now, yes. Somebody with 17.3 million tokens could go right now and mint out all of these, and then they would activate the bounty rewards on everyone that holds a Flame NFT today.
Likely everybody would sell those tokens though, because the price must be insane if you take 17 million out of the LP.
Yeah, unless there's somebody who already holds them right now and they wanted to do it.
Right.
Yeah, they say, you know what, I want to mint out all of them. I got enough tokens.
Yeah.
Or if someone wanted to buy them all up and do it, then the price would be pretty wild.
Yeah, it looks like someone could. At least you got 3 or 4 people that could probably just mint those out right now, and that would be insane.
Their price, they could do it.
Yeah. And okay, so just going down that same track, if 173 of these specifically mint out tomorrow, then 100 million would go back to these holders. So if like you have a Nova, you would get 0.5% of that 100 million back to you in liquid flame. Or,
yeah, so not
tokens?
exactly. So the bounties are not the total of the 100 million. Last I actually checked, because we recently made an adjustment where we added a bounty on the blues of 25K. I believe the bounty amount comes out to about 60 million, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on my math there. But out of the 100 million that's going to be coming in, only about 60 is going to go out. Actually, I think it's less. I think it's 40. Sorry, it's 40 million is going to go out. So less than half of it will go out. And the reason that we did that is that we didn't put immediately a bounty that basically equals 100 million in, 100 million out. Is because we wanted to leave the option to actually increase the bounties to incentivize minting. We're not in any rush. I mean, this is a project that's designed to be very long term. And so some will say, Michael, there's 100 million tokens that are coming in, just make it a 1-to-1. You can make 100 million tokens go in, 100 million tokens go out. And that would incentivize things to mint out quicker. But I mean, maybe it's based off of like how long we've been in crypto and see things more long term. We want this to take its time to happen. And yes, someone could right now mint out, and maybe they mint out the remaining Novas in the next like 10. Who knows? They could do that. But we're not in a hurry to like go right now and put a bounty reward on the whites or increase them on the blues or the yellows just to make the collection mint out quickly. We like the delayed system that it is because it gives people have to make the opportunity or the choice if they want to do it or not. And it's been running fairly well since we did it. Yeah.
And people can always trade them on the secondary market.
Yep.
So far it has actually worked fairly well. The people match up their prices on OpenSea based on the bounties, and there are people buying them. So that kind of encourages that trading as well.
We had people that minted NFTs for $10-20 that have actually sold them secondary market for 10-20 times that.
Yeah.
The price that they minted, not the 100K earned.
Yeah.
Because
No, that's really cool. And so if someone on the open market, for whatever reason, was selling a Nova, for, I don't know why, but let's say they did, and the new holder now has a Nova, whenever these all mint out, that new holder would get this bounty?
That's exactly right.
Oh my goodness, that's wild. And then that would be some crazy volatility too, because if 40 some odd million is going out liquid earn tokens to the current holders, you would see some wild action on this chart, and people are going to be trading hands. But all the meanwhile, that burn wallet, everything's gaining reflections. That's going to be intense.
What Michael hasn't mentioned, so the 40 million will be paid out to the holders for the bounties, but then we have a remaining 60 million that's still going to sit in the buy, hold, earn wallet, and those 60 million tokens, we basically at this point we do not plan to do anything with it. Maybe we have other ideas and we'll present it to the community, but so far the plan is to leave those 60 million tokens sit in there and collect reflections, and then the reflections that are collected we pay out quarterly to the flame holders as sort of a reflection share. That happens for each NFT collection.
Right. So there's two collections that are collecting minting fees for earn. So it'd actually be 120 million once they both mint out. So that'd be collecting reflections. So that means if you're just holding a white flame, a blue flame, any of the flame or flamelings, you're going to be collecting reflections just for holding the NFT in your wallet quarterly. And so we didn't mention that the NFT, the bounty rewards are going to be actually dropped on BNB once those go out. So it's going to go over to that chain. And so people will have the option to buy or sell, or even bridge back over to ETH if they want to on the other blockchain. We're doing it on BNB because we're expanding our liquidity on the other blockchains through doing the airdrops on these other chains. And there's actually something cool we're doing right now that are recently just launched with our liquidity NFTs that we can go into later too, to talk about base chain.
Okay. Yeah. We will get to that here shortly. So by having one of these NFTs, even if it's, a white and you didn't get lucky, quote unquote, based on how many of the whites you are holding, you still every quarter will be earning some reflection share out of that second largest wallet coming to you on BNB chain. And I wanted to hit on one point you mentioned about, you get the reflections or the bounty paid to you out on the BNB chain, but you don't want to hold it over there. You want to bring it to Ethereum, to your Ethereum wallet, so you're earning reflections on it instead.
Correct.
Do y'all have a built-in way on the website that's bridging it, or is it like the D bridge that I saw? Or
it's the bridge. It's the bridge link right up there next to the white paper. So that's the way that you go back and forth.
Got it. Okay, so D bridge, and yeah, they're doing some pretty cool things. I think they're you can airdrop farm points every time you use them. And
Oh yeah, it's interesting how big they are. I mean, we tested out Wormhole, Chainport, and D-Bridge, and we're fairly happy with like what they're doing. And the support is
the
pretty
fastest.
They're fast.
In my experience, and the smoothest way of like every time something might, you lose connection or something, still you find your way back to your tokens and you can claim them.
Yeah.
Which with Chainport, we had like some conversation with support.
It took 2 months.
Yeah, it's
And then
Gotcha.
Wormhole, Wormhole works for what it is. It's nice. It's just we timed the two, trying them out. Chainport's just dramatically faster. I don't know what the difference. Well, actually, Chainport doesn't. Sorry, Dport's faster. Chainport doesn't even support tax tokens.
right. Yeah.
Which is something they didn't put in their technical documents, which would have been nice to have.
All right. No. Let me jump back over to the chat real quick. No questions, but we are getting some comments here. I'm going to bring up, we got Scope Long, and they say, no f***ing questions. Just easy project. Buy, hold, earn. I like that. CC Crypto Man's in here. Hey, y'all. Scope says, hello, earners. Hey, CC from Layla showing love. And then Scope Long again with the, if you're able to hold, you will. It will be easy to hold a bag of earn and check it in a few years. Yeah, it might be crazy, $5 or something. Wow. And then Layla finally says, a project is a big hitter when they're not in a hurry. Follow the flames. It's here to stay. Yep. I love it. No, thank you all for participating. Don't forget to hit the like button and share it around to all your friends. Let's talk about real quick the other set of I know you got the new liquid ones, right? But let's talk Flamelings. What's bullish about this? Because from what I understand too, you guys do open campaigns where if you're an influencer or something like that and you want to launch your own token, this is associated with that. And how does that tie back into earn? So what benefit is it for the token launchers or even the people who don't want to launch a token? Why get a Flameling NFT?
Yeah. You want to dive into this?
Yeah, so the Flamelings, they have the same. So they have the bounties. They're similar to the Flames, except that the Novas, we added 5 more. So there's 10 that you can get, but they have the same rewards as the Flames. So when these collections minted out, you get also, based on your trade, you get the bounty. Then they also get reflection share once it's minted out, same to the Flames. But yeah, for each Flameling, basically when you mint one, you have the option to launch your own Flameling token. And we usually do just a Twitter post to see who wants to be next. And we provide the initial liquidity for it. And these Flameling tokens are unique because they are dividend tokens. So we launched them actually on the other chains, not on Ethereum. So we have been launching them on BNB. The next one will be on Base. And they pay out dividends in earn. So there is 4% tax on the token for buys and sells. And half of that tax will be used to buy up earn and airdrop that to holders. The other 2% is used for initial liquidity and development costs, and then also for the project, just for maintenance and marketing and whatever. And it's kind of, today we discussed, it's almost like a crypto project incubator, because we support all the technicalities to launch the token, help to set up the TG, help with buy bots and whatever, what comes along when you run a crypto project. And everybody who wants to can do it. And we had some good success with some of our Flamelink tokens. People are really in it. They've created their own NFT collection. Just last week, we launched Lila's NFT collection, which is also super cool. We did even like a cross-chain NFT mint. So her NFTs are purchased on BNB, but then minted on Base. And so, yeah, there's a lot of ideas, lots of different people, and it's been pretty successful in our opinion.
It's really cool. I mean, you look at, we have 10 of them out right now.
Yeah.
It'll be 11 when we do our base one. But, you know, we have R2R, you know, they have 2 NFTs that were launched for them, 222 and 237. And they have a betting dApp, you know, that Nadina built that actually you can, you know, make bets on it utilizing those tokens. You know, we have an NFT collection and a whole slew of things that's being developed with 177, another Flameling token launch with Creative. He's pretty active in the community. He has these things called Flame Starters and a thing called a Fire Pit where it's very cool going into it, what you can do, you know, with his collection and actually with his Flameling. And so what we design these things, as Nadina mentioned, to do is that they're dividends reward tokens. And if you are familiar with those, the way they work is that you implement the contract to point to another contract to buy tokens off the chart, and then those tokens are airdropped as dividend rewards to everyone that holds the token, proportionate to how many tokens you hold. And this is super cool because it's automatically creating indefinite buy pressure on the BNB side of Earn or any future chain that we decide. So they're constantly getting bought up, pushing the price up on the BNB side. And as we mentioned, Earn is bridged to all these different blockchains with the exact same circulating supply. So these dividend tokens that are running, doing their own thing, that are buying Earn off the chart, pushing the price up on the BNB side, incentivizing people to buy tokens on the ETH side or in the other chain, bridge them over to take advantage of the price difference, which is their arbitrage opportunity. And this all goes back to creating movement inside the ecosystem. And I don't know, maybe one of these Flameling dividends reward tokens, you know, blows up, goes to $10, $100 million market cap. It's great because that's a lot of buy pressure on the chart in doing so.
Yeah, damn right. Oh my gosh. SK, you need to get one of these damn Flamelings. Bye.
Yeah, maybe in time, bruh. Little guy, just hold on now. I got some questions. All right, I was just gonna say that point. So, you know, you're debbing these, and so on the BNB side, you know, the Earn token is kind of, well, okay, the Earn token itself isn't reflective, but through these Flameling tokens you launch, those are reflective. With the 4% tax, and half of which goes back to paying you guys as the devs until you clear your initial costs. And then what happens with that? So that 2% that's going to the dev, once those costs are cleared, then what happens with that 2%? Does it stack with the other 2%?
It goes to the person that's running the project. So if they want to pay for CoinMarketCap, we know how much that costs to do that. They can collect it for that. Dex tools, they want to do it for giveaways. It's really their decision because we really try to just help with like building this thing out and letting them decide kind of what they want to do with it.
Yeah. Also, if some have decided to just pay us the initial costs right out, and then all the taxes go to them.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So y'all are flexible and you work with the creators, and really nice. And of the 4% tax, the other 2% is then just buying Earn on the BNB chart and then reflecting it to holders of that particular 0x token.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. And are there other flexible options with the 2% dev fee? So once you guys get it collected, does that 2% need to shift back to the creator, or can you have it be like, hey, now 4% gets reflected to everyone? Or like, is there options?
Yeah, we're flexible on the idea. We've only done 10, and there's 1,000 of these things. So
there's a lot coming.
Yeah. So we're definitely flexible on like ideas.
And, it really depends on also who launches the token. people have been very like they wanted us to renounce the contracts as soon as possible, so then you can't change anything. But we've been thinking about it, maybe holding off with renouncing a little bit longer, and then let the sub devs, however you want to call them, basically decide what they want to do with it. Maybe renouncing from the get-go is not the smartest. So,
and one thing that we found, SK, in this space, and being in a number of different groups too that I'm in, is that you have a lot of different types of investors out there. You have your investors that will only touch a project if it's underneath 100K market cap. They will only touch it. And so they will never touch earn because it's in the millions. And then you got those actually that won't touch a project unless it's in the hundreds of millions. And so how do you design something that can basically get earn into the hands of everyone? And so these Flamelink tokens are beautiful in that sense, because they start at a 1K market cap. And a lot of folks will be like, 1K to 50K, that's a 50X, and they only might want to put in a couple of dollars, because you can do that on BNB. You can't do that on Ethereum. I mean, maybe now because the way is like 3, Jesus right now. But usually you can't, on Ethereum. But it gives that people the opportunity to get earned airdrop to them that they can hold or sell, and being exposed to the protocol. I think actually several people that are here today were exposed to earn for this reason. From these launches happen, curiosity, and then they're getting earn tokens. They're like, well, what the hell is earn? And then it's exposure to it. So.
Or they just, because their friend is launching it, they are interested, and then they become an earn holder. Or some people only chase new launches. We have a lot of those people. And so every time we get new people in, they hold a little bit of earn, whether they know it or not. Maybe they don't do research enough to notice, but still, it will create that. The launches are always good to create movement, and it flows over into earn because it's buying up earn.
Yeah, so it's indefinite. Well, it's not indefinite. It's like 20 to 30 years. But it's a long time to keep doing.
Yeah. Is that how long you think it'll take to get through all 1,000?
Yeah, well, I'm give or take 10 years, because we're not doing them every single week. It's roughly every couple of weeks. And we also want someone in the community to be more hands-on, like making posts, maybe come up with ideas. We love what Layla, is doing with like, the NFTs, 52, the 52 NFTs, and the what Creative is doing with the Flame Starters, what R2R has planned with 222 and 237. And it's just really cool to see people want to get creative and do something, because a lot of times we find people in the community do want to have their token, but it's a lot of work and there's a lot of security behind it too. It's not something that you would want to dive into if you've never done it before. You can lose your hat, doing this stuff with like not understanding liquidity or security or how to configure functions. And so we basically just go through all that with individuals and help them. And it's fun because we're making connections with people in the space. We're learning stuff to ourselves going through this, and we're just a lot of new eyeballs on the protocol. And since it's so long term, it's not like we're in any rush to make it happen any quicker. So we like people that want to be involved and invested and see what their ideas are to build out. I mean, it could be something as simple as they want to have merch for their Flameling,
Yeah, 177 did merch.
Oh, yeah. Creative did merch, actually,
For earn as well. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, really cool. And Layla, since y'all brought her up, she even just said that's how she found earn. It was from a Flamelink launch. The Flamelink tokens and projects are a great way to spread the word. So yeah, really cool. And, really of the 1,000 Flamelings that are going to exist, I don't think you even need to create a token for all of them. You're going to have just people who just hold it just to hold it. Like, they don't want a token. They don't want to run something. So it may save, you guys some time. Maybe only like 200 total will get launched instead of 1,000. So really cool.
5 years.
CC Crypto Man also said, scope, true that. I have held a lot of coins for years. Now I want to hold some with some value and good tokenomics and experienced devs. Plus, his community is lit.
Oh, thanks,
So,
CC.
yeah, awesome, CC. Thank you, thank you. Wow, okay. Really cool. And also the artwork on the Flamelings I found really cool. I've seen some of them on Rareable that are, I see the blue ones and the yellow ones, and they just look cooler and cooler as they get rare. So yeah, really, really nice design. So yeah, hopefully these all, this will take a while. There's 712 of them left, but like you said, this is a long-term project, folks. And it's just a matter of time. What about Liquid? So this is brand new from what I understand, as of like today or yesterday?
Yeah, as of today.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
was
All right.
Nadina's been, deving a lot these days, one thing to another. Sometimes I feel a little bad, like this and this and this and that. And I was like, how quickly can we get this done?
Yeah.
And it's like,
and you do it before the AMA.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
I was like,
Sweet.
yeah.
So what's going on with this?
Get it done.
Okay. Oh no. Well, so this is associated with the Earns token launch on Base. Where? Yeah, Base is right here. I see that it just came out recently, and it's in parity with the other price on the other chains here.
Mm-hmm.
But so what is Liquid NFTs? What is this doing for specifically Base?
Yeah. So the way these and this idea actually came to us a while ago from I think it was AG, and Go, and actually, because they were asking questions about like how do we build liquidity? What's the options here? And I mentioned that, well, liquidity, the way it works on ETH, it will it's really unique how it works, because when you talk about market cap to liquidity ratios with the burn that's happened, so the liquidity on the ETH side is growing in regards to the ratio rapidly, because every single time there's a transaction, the market cap is being pulled down and liquidity is going up. So when you do snapshots of what the liquidity is on Earn, say like a month ago, at the same market cap, the liquidity is thousands of dollars more than what it was a month ago at the same market. So we went to like $1 million market cap. Liquidity will be a lot higher than it was last time we're at $1 million market cap, because of all the burning that's happening. And essentially the reason that is because market cap is circulating supply times price, and a certain supply keeps dropping down dramatically because of burning. That means that market cap liquidity ratio is going up dramatically. And so that basically meant that liquidity issue, if it's not really even an issue on Ethereum, actually at some point we may have a lot more liquidity than we need on the Ethereum side, because of this burning mechanism that exists in the protocol. But we don't have that with the other blockchains, with BNB, with Base, with AVAX, and Solana. So we revisited the idea that AG and Goldwyn brought up in regards to liquidity and NFTs, and we came up with Liquid. And essentially what they are, they're NFTs. These particular ones are 500 USDC a piece, and Nadina had to design a custom minting website, because you can't set a USDC price on OpenSea, Rarible, or Magic Eden. You can only set it in ETH value. And what we wanted to do is provide the community an option to mint these NFTs for $500 worth of USDC, and then we will just manually add liquidity while airdropping them dividend rewards from a rev share of the liquidity fees directly to them at a minimum of 30% APY. So it goes back again to what we say about the protocol. You buy, you hold, and you earn. So all you do is mint an NFT, you buy it, you hold it, and then every single month we'll do a snapshot of who holds a particular NFT, and then it's going to get airdropped earn tokens on Base at that percentage rate. And that's the minimal amount that it would be. It might be more as they go down the line. These are a minimum of 5 years we'll do this for. But it's a great way, we find, to build liquidity up rapidly on the other blockchains. Like I said, this is first when we're doing this on Base, but we'll do these also on additional ones down the line. So it's super cool. And yeah, Nadina got it out a lot faster than what I was expecting.
No, that's awesome. And I see. So it's priced in USDC as opposed to earn token. So you don't have to worry about it maybe not minting out for years and years. This could happen at any time. And the 500. So if I mint one right now, where exactly does that 500 go? Is it just like straight to liquidity, or most of it to liquidity, and then some's held for rev share?
Correct. Yeah. So the way it goes, it's designed to go 200 of it actually goes into liquidity. So 200 will go into liquidity. 100 actually was going to be set up actually for a treasury, 100 for marketing, and 100 actually is designed to cover those dividends over the time period of the NFT. So at the very minimum, the liquidity on base is going to increase $200,000 once all the mint out, because it's 500 times 1,000 and 200. So yeah, 200 grand essentially, which if things stayed static and if the ETH side of earn didn't move at all and these all minted out, this would in a sense make the base liquidity pool if equal to or not larger than the liquidity on Ethereum, which will create some really interesting arbitrage opportunities between the two blockchains.
Gotcha. And you guys, why did you choose Base Chain to launch this liquid idea and not, I don't know, Solana or any of the others?
Yeah, so we went with Base. One, as you probably know, hype in the market.
Yeah. Everyone loves Base.
Yeah, everyone loves Base. Everyone loves the Base. Two, it recently gained support on Rarible and Magic Eden fairly quickly.
Cool.
We originally thought about BNB or AVAX, but AVAX is not supported on Magic Eden, and also AVAX is not supported yet on Rarible. Base is making some interesting moves in the space and getting a lot of attention. And I think that's just a good chain to expand onto. And so that's why we decided the first one to be on Base Chain, because it brings a lot of exposure into. We have these collections available on Magic Eden, Rarible, OpenSea, especially for secondary market sales. That just brings more eyeballs and attention to earn. And yes, the minting fee is 500, but you can sell them today on Rarible or OpenSea for whatever you want, if you wanted to. So it's pretty cool system, you know, that I think is going to do very well in bringing like value to the base side of earn.
Right. Absolutely. And it's kind of like a pilot or a test. If it goes well on Base, do you think you might do the same liquid but on Avalanche, for example?
I do. Yeah, Avalanche, Solana, BNB, all of them.
Yeah.
You know,
all of them. Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Okay. No, really cool. And so that's a good segue, you know, talking about liquidity, you know, and building it here on Base Chain. You know, kind of going into the topic of like arbitraging between the multiple chains here. You know, so BNB, we're looking at liquidity of about 14,000, and then on Base Chain 10,000. You know, and as people get exposure to earn, and let's say they're just a base maxi, they might come in here with $100,000 and just like, you know, God candle this, but in a way, wouldn't they get hurt too because the liquidity is low? They're going to lose out a lot on slippage versus had they just bought it on Ethereum. So how do you guys tackle that narrative? Like, oh, you know, it's not deep enough liquidity on all the chains, so just, you know, come buy it on ETH because you'll get less slippage and yada yada. Like, are y'all working on all that?
Yeah, that's actually the whole purpose for the liquid NFTs to grow that rapidly. So as more of these are purchased, that's growing the liquidity over there if there's more attention to that chain. But in general, right now, like mathematically, if you're going to go into the Earn ecosystem and want to spend tens of thousands of dollars, the main liquidity is on the Ethereum side. And with the gas being so low as it is right now, you're saving a few dollars, but I think with the giveaway being at 5, it's not something that people are really going to be upset about spending gas if they go to Ethereum versus the price impact they would have to deal with on a cheaper blockchain. But
Gotcha.
yeah,
So they would just need to do their research and understand, like, hey, mother base is over here on Ethereum chain. This is where you should buy it. And if you're just going to do like small DCA amounts, then yeah, go play on the little, the small liquidity base chain. And then if you want to bring those tokens over, you can use dBridge, and then it's housed on Ethereum. So there's a number of different ways to slice that. It's pretty cool.
yeah. And it's a system that's never gonna, liquidity is something that's really interesting in the crypto space. I mean, even going back to Michael Saylor, if he sells half of his Bitcoin holding right now, it's going to be pretty dramatic for Bitcoin because of liquidity in the market. And most protocols under $100 million market cap can't sustain $1 million buy at once.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. And so we try to just educate people on price impact and concentrated liquidity options and to DCA in, because when somebody says, I can't buy or I can't sell, right now, it's like the question comes back is how much are you looking to buy? How much you're looking to sell? Because if you're coming at this thing with like, a couple $1,000, or is it a couple $100,000, because that makes a big difference in what they're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. Do you guys run any kind of bots on the second wallet or whatever, like that arbitrages between the two chains, or you just let the people just kind of arbit themselves?
We have one. We have the Goldwyn bot.
The Goldwyn bot.
I've heard it's pretty profitable.
Oh, cool.
So now it's manual. We've been looking into options. We will call. We have to call it Goldwyn
bot.
if we ever gonna put up like a bot to do it automatically. But so far we haven't really seen the need for it. It just happens naturally. And when you look across the chains, like the prices are usually equalized within a day or something. Pretty quick. And it also allows. So if we had a bot, it would just also take away the opportunity for other people to do it, right? So we would have to think about ways maybe to distribute that back, but is it then enough if you have if you distribute to all NFTs holder, for example? Is it then really a relevant reward that you get? And this way, people that pay attention, they can take advantage of it. With single-sided liquidity, you can take advantage of it as well. So for now, we leave the option to community members.
I mean, too, once the liquidity starts dramatically going up across other chains, we could build an cross-chain arbitrage bot, which would make sense then because of the larger liquidity. And then we can do a rev share to all the NFT holders. But you gotta... Yeah, it's stuff cooking up.
Future utility cooking right here live. I dig it. So no, and that's one of the things I like about you both is the fact that you guys are always looking to expand, and what is it, evolve, with different ideas and new technologies coming out in the space that you could utilize to help make this multi-chain, and it's really neat. It's really neat, and like you said too, if the Ethereum side gets to a liquidity such that you don't need all that liquidity, you do have a way, like, so is the liquidity not locked? Like you can move some to a different chain that might need it?
So we lock it 6 months at a time. So
6 months at a time. Okay. Yeah.
And the reason we do that is because one, with the way things are going with like regulations and the US government, I mean, Uniswap is to serve as a Wells notice. I mean, in my time in the space, I've seen quite a few dexes go down permanently. And so I've never felt comfortable. I mean, I guess if, you just want to like burn it forever, and you would limit your options, of course, because you have to stay there forever. I wouldn't do that with our liquidity. I would just lock it for a period of time. And then it gives us the opportunity for the protocol to expand to a different blockchain. I mean, Earn is fully decentralized. I mean, right now, the community members could decide on their own if they want to move all their Earn tokens to base chain. I can't stop them from doing that. It's immutable. The contract's pronounced. If they want to go to everyone today, let's move over to AVAX and trade there. They could do that right now. And so with that happening, it's good to have the option to be able to move the liquidity, if you want to, over to AVAX or over to Base or BNB, down the line. So 6-month lock, we just locked it recently, I think about a month or so ago. And then when it unlocks, we'll do a poll. We actually did one last time because it was locked for 6 months. We did a poll for our community. What should we do? And the majority of it was like, let's just relock it. That would make sense to do. Because on the other chains, it is growing organically, and especially with these liquid NFTs, I think that's going to do very well. But we just want to keep, options open, and maybe it's something down the line where it's like substantial, and we're like, let's get listed on KuCoin or even Binance at one point, and you need a couple $1 million to do so. It's good to have that option to do that, because all you're doing with liquidity is you're taking it from one decentralized exchange and you're putting it on a centralized exchange. So they mostly want tokens and ETH or whatever to list it there, but it has to make sense. I think a lot of folks don't even unfortunately know is how expensive some exchange listings are, and if they actually are beneficial for the project overall. A lot, in my opinion, aren't, especially the ones that are like $50,000 to even $100,000. Because at the certain stage that you're at, it might not be worth it unless you're just trying to get volume and just more eyeballs on the project. But overall price go up. I rarely see that happening with most listings these days.
Yeah, for sure. Jumping back over to chat real quick. CC Crypto Man with some more love here. 2 heads are better than one. We have a married couple leading this. I have been business partners with my wife for 30 years. I know how good that can be. So, and then he follows up with Mikey and Nadina are so personable with all of us in the community. That means a lot to many folks who care about the relating, friendship, teamwork side of being involved in DeFi. So, very nice. Sherelle says, nice. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. Yep. Cool. Let me bring this screen share back up. Oh man, I completely lost my train of thought. So, okay, we've talked about all the tokens on the different chains, okay, and how, liquidity, can be moved around every 6-month period if it need be. What is there anything else on the roadmap? And, maybe in a future AMA we can talk, but I know that COA is going to be, a city of Atlantis is going to be really involved. You guys are officially the reserve currency. So, whatever activities happening over there should be putting buy pressure, I think, on the BNB chain is what I've heard said.
Yeah.
Additional liquidity building. Yeah. Anything you want to share in that regard, or anything else on the roadmap?
Yeah, so we're always establishing new partnerships and making new connections in the space. There's a couple other builders, founders, and MKK that we're talking with in regards to getting the token either utilized on their platforms or some way of collaborating with them so that we can both grow our communities. That's always happening. And we're always open to that too. I mean, we're not just hardcore only buy, earn, and earn only. I mean, we hold a number of different cryptocurrencies, a lot of blue chip ones too ourselves. And I think it's good to like work with other people in the space, because you learn a lot from other people that are building in the space. I've learned a lot. I've been in crypto for a while as a miner, and then got into DeFi. But in the last year, I've taken on a lot of stuff that I didn't know years ago. Just in regards to all the bridges and the different blockchains. I think several have come out this year that I'm like, how does this even all work? I've still been meaning to dive into what Pulse Chain is all about, but it's just so expansive.
Low in
Go into it. Yeah, I just finally got my head around like everything with base chain, and then you look into the NFT space, and what all that is about, and ordinals and metaverses, and it takes a lot of time. And it's something you don't really do alone. You gotta work with your community, and also other builders in the space to understand all this stuff. There's not enough time in the day to learn on your own. It's not possible. So yeah, additional collaborations, partnerships, which is really cool. The thing you mentioned with ACM, that will add a decent amount of buy pressure on the BNB side, and buy pressure means number go up. And everything that we're doing with the liquid NFTs is going to also add buy pressure. and build liquidity across all the chains. I mean, Earn at its core, today, tomorrow, years from now, it's designed to go up. It's a hyper-deflationary reflection token. The burn wallet's always getting bigger. It's never going to stop because it's designed that way. No one can change the contract, and it's simple and it's clean, so you don't need to. It's just a simple 2% reflection-only tax. So you can look at Earn as like a fully transparent, decentralized savings account where you just buy into it and you hold it and you just earn more in every single transaction. And so the system is just then configured just to constantly keep moving, and by some means. It could be the NFTs, it could be the liquid NFTs, it could be events, where we host. Like we've hosted a number of crypto events here at our place here in Chicago. I know we've mentioned that before. We do that. But yeah, it's just all about just spreading the word out and, letting people get in comfortably. Nadina and I don't like when people overinvest into the project because it's stressful, because there's always people like, when is this going to go up? When is this going to go down? And I'm like, come on, just DCA and take your time. Long term, that's how most people win, not going in heavy and then hoping that this is the day that it's going to go up 100x. Even Bitcoin, which is, I've said this a number of times, the main cryptocurrency out there, it went from 70K to like 15K. I mean, if that cryptocurrency can do that, what was a 70-ish% retracement? What do you think everything else is possible of doing? So we're always telling people to DCA in, take their time, and the number that they want to put in is subjective to them. If they got $100,000, then they should figure out what's comfortable to them. Maybe it's only $100 every single day. Maybe it's $1,000 a day. But that's something that you'll probably never hear us say, is tell people how much money to put into this protocol, because we want people to be able to sustain or weather these storms where there is high volatility. I mean, I personally believe that we'll see Earn at around in 1 to 3 years at about $5 per coin. And that's based off of it being hyperdeflationary, the reflection, and then the basic adoption curve. If you look at where we've gone from to where we're at in a period of time, that's where I personally see it at. Now, that does not mean today go throw thousands of dollars in and think it's going to happen tomorrow. I said 1 to 3 years. That's my expectation on that. But people's got to take their time with it and invest accordingly, because it's not going to go straight up. I guess, because it is a guess, that there's going to be between 3 to 5 parabolic runs before that happens. And that is an up and a down for a while until you get into accumulation and consolidation phase again, which a lot of people don't hold out through that. They just check out entirely when those events happen.
I hate when that happens. I know what you mean, though. And yeah, I mean, it seems like with this having such a long-term, roadmap and upcoming partnerships with City of Atlantis, things of that nature. I mean, yeah, you DCA on the way up, guys. You DCA on the way down. And, you expect that over time. I mean, even looking at the holder wallets, you got some people with, well over 1% of the supply. They're not probably always going to hold that. They are going to take profits, which then gives you an opportunity. You kind of have to, you don't have to be a trader on a daily basis, but like anytime you do check in, just kind of be like, hey, I know that this is going to be volatile and it's got a really low 2% in and out tax or fee collected. And, over time, hey, let me just play these peaks and valleys. Let me, sell at the top and buy at the bottom and grow my own position. But at the end of the day, that burn wallet's always going up, and that these people are going to be selling and creating new opportunities for you. So yeah, it's a good one and I like that you said, it's not all about buy, hold, just the Earn token. It's about including this token in your portfolio amongst your others, and just pay attention, keep tabs on it. Don't ever just check out fully. So, yeah, it's really good. And I think Aaron jumped up in here and said they also do a weekly drawing for 100K Earn based on holding NFTs or holding Earn in your wallet. So you guys want to expound upon that?
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, so we do that once a week on the R2R show on Mondays. So it's really simple. It goes back again. buy, hold, and earn. And this was voted on by the community. So basically, it's very simple. If you hold an NFT, a Flame or a Flameling, or you have at least 100,000 earned in your wallet on the ETH side, you're eligible during the show, to just do a random number draw to get airdropped 100K earn, which comes from the minting wallet, the buy, hold, earn ENS wallet. And so super cool. I think the last few people that have won have been folks that are just holding white flame NFTs or a white Flameling. And so some folks actually will mint an NFT and they're like, oh, I got a white Flameling, or I got a white flame, I didn't get a bounty. Well, since we're doing, I believe majority of the winners have been people that just hold a white flame or white Flameling. So you can essentially see, which is additional, I forgot to mention this, you can see the flames and the Flamelings as weekly lottery tickets to get 100K earned just for holding them. And so something to think about too, when you mint these out. If you mint out 10 and you don't get a Nova or a red, you get 10 white flame or 10 white Flamelings. You just got 10 lottery tickets essentially to potentially get 100K earned just for holding them. So,
really cool. So the barrier for entry, just so I can reiterate for the people, is any and all Flame and Flameling holders, you are eligible by default, if you get picked, or if you hold 100,000 earn tokens on the ETH side only. Did I get that right?
correct. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And then if somebody wins, does that just automatically, you guys will send it to them, or do they need to come in and claim it? And they missed the window to claim, and we're gonna re-roll. Like, how does that
automatic
work?
It's just automatically sent to them, because the NFT, when you hold the NFT in your wallet, it gives your wallet address. So everything's on the blockchain, you can tell. So if we pick, for example, Flame 500, then we can see exactly who holds that flame, and then it just gets sent to their wallet automatically.
Oh, really cool. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. And that comes out of this second wallet?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And then that giveaway is what, indefinitely, or just for the next year?
For the year. Yeah.
For the calendar year 2024.
Yeah. So when we started it, we said it would go for 52 weeks and then basically reassess the amount, because in 1 year, if earn is at 10 cents, then you're giving away $10,000.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you might have to be like, okay, in 2025, we're going down to 25,000 giveaway. Yeah. Okay. No, really cool.
And 10 cents isn't that far away. We already went to 2.5 cents. So
yeah,
I would fully expect that that's going to come in the near future, but time will tell.
Oh wow, no, that's going to be really interesting. And then do you have any idea when you're going to start an AMA tour alongside Olo and DS? I heard there was a trifecta AMA coming at some point.
We had mentioned actually in conversation, we're going to do several of those, mostly like on Spaces and stuff, probably in the next like several weeks. I would expect that coming up pretty soon. So awareness about the project. I mean, that's the biggest thing about Earn, is just basically getting eyeballs on it,
And we will be with Earn essentially at Consensus at the end of the month.
Oh yeah,
cool.
We have a tour. We're going to Consensus actually in Austin, Texas, at the end of this month.
Yeah, no, really cool. What about I think there's another one too in Nashville, Tennessee, Bitcoin conference in July. Y'all going to that too?
I haven't planned on it yet, but we'll see how this one is going.
Yeah.
We're traveling with our 2-year-old, so
that's gonna be tough.
We are gonna juggle this, but
I can only imagine. I've got a 9-month-old right now, and the thought of like traveling is just so hard. Wow, no, really cool. Yeah. That's one of the benefits too of being a docs dev too. Y'all get to go out there and meet people and get in front of investor groups and actually show this off. We've come a long way since devs that hide behind cartoon characters and stay anonymous and then rug or whatever. It is cool that you guys are out there. You're showing your face, you're talking to people, making connections, partnerships. So yeah, it's really, really cool. And anyone that's listening, make sure you guys check out the Liquid NFTs that are over on the base side, and you get 30% APR and APY in the first year, and then it might adjust upward or downward in future years for 5 years. But yeah, no, really cool. I think we might be good. We're about an hour and 20 minutes into the AMA. I don't want it to go too crazy long, but I would love to have you guys back at some point, as new updates and things that are pertinent come up. But yeah, I think this was really cool. I guess I'll just leave the floor, for you guys to, say any parting words or however you want to go about.
Yeah. I just finish with, actually, I appreciate you having us on. It's always good actually to talk to the crypto people in the space. We'll even chatting back and forth periodically in our different groups, but it's always good actually to talk to you and actually, let people know more about the project. We welcome anyone to come into the community and ask questions. Please don't just go in and just buy in without saying anything and overinvest. Definitely feel free to ask questions about the different blockchains, the NFTs. We're, I think, in there every single day since launch. And so we're available to you guys if you want to talk about, what EARN's about. And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys at another AMA at some point.
Yeah, awesome. Nadina, anything?
Yes, just thanks everybody, USK, for having us for this AMA. This was really nice. Also, everybody who tuned in, especially give a follow to this channel. Also, give a follow to AG and Goldwyn, some very community members. They have their show on Mondays. Yeah, and a shout out to everyone who has been super active in the community, Creative, Layla, AG and Goldwyn, Scope, Adam, Arcade. Yeah, you guys are awesome and make this really a good experience.
Yeah, there's a number we probably didn't mention too, but we recognize you guys.
We all love you guys.
Shout out to the community. That's incredible, man. No, awesome. Well, thank you both for being here. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. I hope all the listeners enjoyed their time. Be sure to share this video out so people can get the word out about EARN and what they've got coming out later this year and for the years to come, at that matter. So if you guys enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button and smash that notification bell as well. And if you guys enjoyed the video, then and you want to join my Telegram community, then find the link below. And as always, folks, until next time, please stay safe out there, stay blessed, and make good choices with your crypto.